Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. So we got absolutely pounded with rain a couple days ago. We got over 2.5 inches of rain in about an hour. And you know, the rate at which the rain was falling fluctuated a little bit, got heavier then slower than heavier. And I swear at one point on our rain gauge, it said we were getting over 6 inches of rain an hour is the rate at which it was falling. And when rain comes down that quick, it's gonna do some damage. So a gravel driveway on a hill is just one of those things that's going to constantly need maintained. And we've done a pretty good job of getting a crown on this driveway and forcing the water off to the sides. But you can tell here, this driveway is down in the middle of the hill on both sides there. And so really the only thing we can do is get a ditch on the side of the driveway and try to force that water off. And you know, the crown that we had put in here originally, you can tell was doing its job because that water is flowing down this ditch, but it has completely carved this out to the point that if you were to get off and get a tire in there, you know, that's probably a good 8 or 10 inch rut on both sides of the driveway. But honestly, we haven't had a rainfall like that in a couple summers now. It's been a while since we've had to put the box blade or the land plane on the driveway here to get it shaped back up. Had a relatively dry 2 years, but this is shaping up to be a fairly wet summer. So I want to go ahead and get this graded out, really make sure that we have these ditches on the side of the driveway carved out, because you can see it worked all the way down to here, and then at some point the water starts spilling out over the driveway and crossing over to the other side, and we're starting to get some wash ruts across the center of the driveway, which we really don't want. But the good news is the timing couldn't be more perfect. If you caught one of our last couple of videos, we just had a hydraulic top and tilt kit put on the LS MT357. And that is like exactly what this is designed for, is doing stuff like this, doing some grading work where you need to set swales or ditches or something, because I'll be able to come in here, pitch the box blade to one side, pitch it to the other side. So in the past, when I had the old manual turnbuckle style 3-point adjustment, I would manually put a pitch on the box blade similar to where it's at now, but once I would set it, I would leave it like that. So I would set this pitch just like it is right here. I'd go down the right side of the driveway and put a crown and a ditch on the right side, and then in order to not have to adjust the box blade, I'd have to come back up the other side so that this was then carving out the left side of the driveway. And the problem with that is the tractor pulls a lot better going downhill than it does uphill, so you'd end up getting uneven. You know, you'd be carving harder on the right side going downhill than you would on the left side coming back uphill. So with this setup, being able to hydraulically adjust that on the fly from the seat of the tractor without having to get on and off means I'll be able to go down this side, change the pitch of it, and then come back up the same side and just keep working one side until I like it, and then I can go over and do the other side until I like it, up, down, and it's just going to be a lot easier to fine-tune the swales on the side of the driveway. So let's go ahead and fire up the tractor and see if it's going to work as well as I hope it's going to. Alright, so we got all the ruts taken care of in the driveway and reestablished our crown and our swale ditches on either side. Now we're going to switch from our box blade to our land plane. The box blade is pretty much used just to rough everything in. We'll use the land plane to come back in and smooth everything out. A lot of people always ask box blade or land plane. My opinion is, why not both? Alright, there we go. Driveway is all whipped back into shape. No more ruts on either side of the driveway, nothing crossing over. I think we did a decent job of carving down on both sides of the driveway. I know if we get another big heavy rain, the same thing is going to happen again, but I'm hoping that I can isolate the wash ruts to just the sides and not have it cross over the center anymore now that we've got this crown in here. And literally within 30 minutes of finishing filming this video, our work got immediately put to the test with a 1/2-inch downpour that came down in about 10 minutes. And you can see the crown that we put in the driveway is doing its job of keeping the water from crossing over the center and keeping the water in the swales on either side of the driveway. To fix this problem permanently, I would need to probably get a hydraulic tilt bucket on the excavator and come in here and actually put a full-blown ditch on both sides of the driveway. That way the driveway could taper down and then down into a ditch. But you can see I'd have to take out a ton of material because the driveway, again, is dug down into this little hill here. So I would need to get a lot of material out of here. What I'd probably do is start digging and bring the dump trailer in here and just haul all of that material out, because I'm going to create a lot of fill doing that. But that's really the only way. And then once I, get a ditch established on both sides, then come in here and, probably get another 3 or 4 triaxle loads of limestone to top coat. But I'll tell you what, that 57 horse tractor that weighs 6,000 pounds does a heck of a lot better job pulling up this hill than my 35 horse tractor did. I did a lot of stuff here in medium gear uphill with a full box blade or a full land plane full of rock. The old 35 horse would do it, and it wasn't lacking power, but what it was lacking was traction. So a lot of times I'd be in low gear coming up the driveway and all 4 tires would just start spinning, and I'd have to raise up to reduce the amount of material that I was pulling, and then I start creating bumps and everything. But I think my old tractor weighed probably 4,000 pounds, and this one being 6,000 pounds. That extra 2,000 pounds really just helps with traction and pulling material. In addition to that, if you're going to be doing driveways, gravel driveways, having a box blade and a land plane, the box blade is good for kind of roughing everything in. The land plane is good for laying down just a perfectly smooth blanket of material as your finish grade. And then that hydraulic top and tilt kit, that is the game changer there for being able to articulate left, right, do you want to cut, do you want to fill, and then again, the top link for being able to pitch forward and back, whether you want to be cutting or smoothing. Really just the perfect setup to be doing gravel driveways. So over the last 6 months, I think we have established that this is the perfect size tractor for me. And with that thought in mind, I've got some news. I have decided to sell my Coyote CK3510 that I bought brand new back in 2019. As many of you know, we have partnered with LS Tractor USA. They have provided this MT357 for us to use here on the channel. And I thought it might be kind of short-sighted of me to sell my Coyote because, you know, partnerships dissolve every single day. We have less than a year left on our agreement with LS, and who knows, at the end of that agreement, they may want to renew with us, they may not. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, the economy could tank. So by me selling this tractor, I pretty much forfeit the right to have a tractor in a year's time from now, depending on what LS and I decide to do. But what I do know is that I have outgrown this size tractor. No matter what happens a year from now, I know that I want a tractor this size with a cab. This is what I need, and this just isn't getting the job done for me here anymore. So that's why we've decided to put it up for sale. No matter what happens with our partnership with LS, I can't go backwards. From running this to running this, I just can't do it. So that's the big news, guys. 5 years ago, this was my dream tractor. Fast forward to today, and now this is my dream tractor. Bigger, heavier, more lift capacity, hydraulic top and tilt kit, third function, a full cab. I couldn't think of anything else I'd want in a tractor today. I do already have a buyer lined up. Deal's already done. I'm actually loading it up in the dump trailer here in a minute. I'm going to be taking it out to him for delivery. But I do get kind of sentimental about these things. You know, this was the first tractor that we ever bought. We pretty much started Hometown Acres with this tractor. I think probably 5 months into the channel we had purchased this tractor, so it does have some sentimental value to it. I'm kind of sad to see it go. But really for the last 6 months, it's just been collecting dust in the shed, and I haven't put hardly any hours on it. So I hate to see, there's still a year left of warranty on it, and I don't want that warranty to expire just sitting in the shed. So I think it's better off to go to another home. Somebody can get some use out of it, put some hours on it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.